We've done it. All of us together. It's episode 50. Halfway to 100 on the survival world. Uploading more frequently than ever. And look at how far it's come. Now, this isn't the only base. For those of you who are just tuning in because it's a world tour, this isn't the first base. There are two other I guess two other bases actually, now that I think about it. So, we're going to go through all 50 episodes of builds, of bosses, of things like that. So, I guess I want to make this fairly quick so it's not like a whole long episode. Also, Enderman, again, still, they're always doing this. Anyway, so we'll start off with this island. So, this island was a mushroom biome that was transformed using grass. And we used a lot of grass. It had to have been a couple thousand blocks of grass, actually. Well, definitely. But this is our home. This is a steampunk tower that I built. I don't even remember when. It had to have been like 20 episodes ago or something. But this is where we resided for the longest time. So, we hop inside here. And you would think I'd live inside the building, but it's actually blocked off and I live inside a cave under it. So we hand dug this entire cave. It's still, after all these years and months, I still haven't detailed this thing a single bit, except cobblestone where I accidentally blew into patches. So, going over here, this is our original storage room. So what you would do is you'd put the item in here, you flip the lever, and it'd cycle through all these chests, and it would go into the appropriate chest that it was assigned to. And it works for all of these. And then, you get over into our villager breeder area. Now this, what you do is you pull this lever, and if they have a little higher trade than one iron ingot per emerald or something like that, or 1 emerald per iron ingot, sorry. You would just flip this lever, get chowed down by the zombie over here, and then you just flip them back up, cure them really quick, and then they will thank you for it, even though I'm the one who caused their suffering in the first place. So you can do that with all these guys, and the zombie will automatically pathfind to them because there is an air gap in between here, so he can find any zombie he can find any villager he so chooses. Same with this end. There's a zombie right back there. And these are filled with just golden apples and weakness potions, depending on how many times I've cured them or had to. So, then we move over into the new storage area, which this isn't complete yet. We still have to do the back, which requires a lot of dispensers and a lot of hoppers from how this is set up. But it's labeled not by like item sorter, even though it is sorted, but it's more by floor. So you have like the above ground floor, which is like wood, plants, stuff like that. You come down here, you get the cave level. So yes, this is water. It looks weird. It looks like a crystal on my pack, the shader pack I'm using. But no, I can assure you it's water. This is supposed to look cloudy, but it doesn't. I mean, it looks pretty cool still. But this is just for like all my cobblestone, ores, ingots, blocks, more blocks, same with the other end. And we've actually got some stuff in here, and I haven't even started sorting anything out. Down here we have the nether room, which is not really complete as I still have to do the ceiling. I wanted to put lava flowing down here, but I know that I'm going to walk right into it so many times. So I think I'm going to stay away from that idea and maybe use red glass or something. But that's the storage room. There's a little bit more to the underground base that I will show you very quickly. And as you will see throughout this episode, I do enjoy building underground. And also, if you're wondering what this contraption is, you put flowers or anything that's like biodegradable in here, and it feeds into the composter, and then you get bone meal. Easy, simple, it's amazing. You just got chests filled with random stuff, mostly bones. Some chests. Over here, this is our villager sanctuary. I'm not a big fan of having villagers in cages all that much. I mean, yeah, the trading hall. It's inhumane, I get it. I know. But sometimes I feel like, you know, some of them need just a little sanctuary to, you know, just kind of, you know, live. So back here, I've also got a chicken farm, which is extremely inhumane, but it produces eggs, and I needed it for a wither farm. Not a wither farm, a wither rose farm. So, yeah, villager sanctuary. There's a brown mushroom in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So, if you don't know how to get a brown mushroom, you just have to get it struck by lightning. That one actually spawned naturally and got struck by lightning, so I guess he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it's also good for me because I was in the right place at the right time. So then we have my skeleton spawner right here. It's actually pretty good. It's really fast too. So, you know, they'd fall into here. You come down here. And then I need to upgrade the storage system because it's filled. But you get all the drops in there. So it just takes them. It shoots them up a tube that's right over here. And then they just go over to here. And then they fall 21 blocks down to here, where they are then a one-hit kill. Or around a one-hit kill, I think. I don't know if it's 21 or if it's like... It's between 14 and 21. Down here is another section to the villager sanctuary. These are houses that are built into the walls. And this one I actually did decorate a little bit. Not too much, as you can see. It's just mossy cobblestone and cobblestone. But we got the iron golems that are just around here because they spawn naturally. So it's not like I got like an elaborate iron farm that broke down here. These are the captive villagers. The only reason they were really captive was because I was breeding them. So honestly, I don't know if they have any like good trades or anything. Yeah, you guys don't even really have good trades. So I'm going to let these guys out now. Come on, you can see freedom now. Well, they'll see freedom later, or go into captivity. This is my nether area, so I use this area for brewing. This is where I brew my weakness potions. Oh, do I have something on here? No, poison potions. Yep. So I just got some stuff in here. This is usually where I do all my brewing. There's a sign that was somewhere. I have to break it. I guess I already did. So, that's broken, I guess. Over here we have a farm. Down here is like the collection area. It's just bone meal because the composters, they fill it up. And then you just put the bone meal in there. So, it's bone meal in there. If you're wondering what the loud sound is, that's because I've got a sugarcane farm. And then I've got something that's turned on right now to shoot it up the top. But as you can see, it's got a lot of sugarcane in it. And then you got some more random stuff in here. Over here is the actual villager captivity area. Not sure why I still have these. Yeah. I have all these villagers upstairs, so I don't really know why I keep them in here. This is my food villager, though. This is where I get my golden carrots from. So that's nice to have. So... now, we'll head up, and then I'll just show you a little bit around the island. And also, sorry if I'm like cutting out or talking a little weird. I have medication for a certain medical problem that I really don't feel like explaining. If you follow my Twitter, you will know very well. Alright, you know, it's a cyst. So I've got 2 cysts. But it makes me have like a watery mouth. And it kind of like stings a little bit. So, anyway, now that we're out of here, let's look at the island. We have these huge floating islands that are around the island in a circle. And all of them are supposed to have beacons in them, but I didn't grab enough beacons. So most of them have beacons on them. And then those beacons are like housed in like flames. So it's supposed to be a flame coming out of a pipe. That's what the obsidian is. And then it just shoots right up into the sky. And then you've got just the houses around here. This is the entrance and exit for the house, just in case of where I am. Over here is stuff that I haven't actually done anything with. This is actually where most of my storage is. So it's like all my slime blocks, my wood, my netherrack, my concrete, more wood. I know there's grass in some of these. Yeah, there's some grass. We need to get more grass actually. But yeah, it's just a whole ton of stuff like that. So let's take a nap really quick. And then I will finish up showing you the island. So. The houses don't have any interior unlike Scandania houses, sadly. I mean, I don't really do interior on survival worlds. Unless I'm playing on like a server or something. So none of these buildings have interior to them. They're just kind of built. Over here we have my terrain project, which is to make the entire island look a little bit better. Because right now it's just, you know, it's Mushroom Island still. So I want to make it look a little bit better. So I just went around and I made kind of like fake little cliffs. And stuff like that. Over here we have a little beach area with another custom terrain cave, which goes over into the water. So these are just little coral reefs on top of warped wood. We have a coral reef right off the island coast, so I got those from... So I got these from the coral reef. Down here we have a mine. There really isn't anything special, it's just a mine that goes down there and then it goes that way a couple hundred blocks, so there's not really any point of checking it out. It's not interiorized, doesn't have any decoration or anything, so yeah. These are tall flowers. So if you don't know the mod biomes 𝚑𝚘𝚎, it has a biome where it's like these giant magic flowers. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to build these flowers. These aren't exact copies of the flowers, by the way. Those are just giant flowers because I like them. So that's the tour for the main island right here. We're already 12 minutes in. That's not how far I was planning to be. Alright. Maybe we have to hurry up a little bit with this. My mouth is really sore. This is the Nether Hub. So we actually have two Nether Hubs in this world. One of them is at the old base, and this is the new base. So every couple episodes, also Enderman. Every maybe, I don't know how many episodes, we'll probably finish the mushroom base, stay there for a bit, and then we're gonna move to another base. But this is the Nether Hub for the mushroom base. It's got an unfinished nether tunnel right here, which I need to replace because it kind of looks weird. Plus, I'm not going to have that much clay to get over to the other base, which is that way. Over here, we have a gold farm, which works fairly well, actually. So pigmen, they go over. Actually, I can fly down here. They go over, then they start falling down here because there's turtle eggs in the middle. And then, yeah, they just fall down and die. Also chicken. Alright, I was taking some damage there. I'm sorry if that sound was annoying and if you couldn't hear me. So yeah, you can see that this is where I AFK up here. Down here is the collection area. So everything just goes into these chests. You know, you get some nice swords, you get the nuggets. And then this is a trash pit. But since it's not hooked up to anything anymore because I don't know why, but it broke. I don't use it because it's going to fire out golden nuggets probably. And this is a top view of the Nether Hub. Not much in the nether for this bit. So that's why down here there's a little bit more. Down here we have the tunnel which goes over here, but down over here is where most of our stuff is. In the nether at least. So this is our access point to the nether. Most of it's slabbed off over here. And that's because this is a wither skeleton skull farm. So you just fall down here, you get some skulls, it's all slabbed down all the way over through. Put some lava over there too because, you know, I just drained a lava lake pretty much. For striders. There's not much down here for the nether. Other than I just collect wither skeleton skulls down there. Let me clear my throat before we get onto this one, because I brought a boat for it. It's the ice road that goes to the original base. So I'll take you all to the original base now. So it takes a little bit to get over there. But this tunnel took quite some time to make, actually. I mean, seriously, it took a bit to make. Mainly it was just putting the ice around and getting it all set up. That was really... It was a pain. It was a pain to do. I will say that. So over here, we just have to slow down a bit. This is the original base. So when I got bored of this one, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to make a tunnel. I'm going to go over to this 𝚬𝚘𝚎 Island. This was the original Nether Hub. There isn't really anything out here other than like blocks of where I've been so I can find my way back. So Nether Hub right here. There's nothing at the Nether Fortress, nothing at the village. Those are just waypoints there, but there is something at the end. But I will show that probably last, because there is one thing that I have lost footage for that I have not showed anyone, I guess. Now that I think about it. So this is the original world base. And I still got a beacon here. So this is the original base. So we'll start where this is where it all started. This little area right here. Over here is my housing area. I still have some stuff in here too. You know, I got some books, none of them are really that good anymore. We've got just all this stuff, all that, just all this, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff. Furnaces with coal still in it, a bed still, my ender chest. We got a ton of stuff still here. So through the base, we have this, which is my enchantment room. There's not much in here. It's not really that interesting. This is the sorting system chest for a small experimental storage system that used water that I made. Which, not all that interesting. It's just blocks, really. Over here is my animal cow farm where I made the, what was it? I made meat. Beef. That's what's called, beef. But when I updated the world, it removed all the animals. This was the bulk storage system where I kept my ores. So I have my lapis, my quartz, coal, birch, dirt, cobblestone, grass, gravel. And then this was the excess chest. So it wasn't all ores, but it was mostly just stuff that I had an abundance of or need to come back to. Down here is my wool storage area. So right over here, this is where all the wool goes to. There's a minecart that constantly runs under these guys, as you can hear. Picks up the wool, and then these are the ones that are usually taken if one of these guys despawns or I need a new color. Which I could just dye the other one, but most of the time they just despawn for some reason. I don't name them. That's my carrot farm right here. It's full of carrots, if you couldn't tell. Which actually we need to take a couple because, you know, golden carrots. My wool over here, we got a lot. That's my AFK area. Oh, I almost forgot to show you something. And then this was my AFK fish farm. That no longer works because it's outdated. That is the basement of the base. So now we'll head upstairs to the actual town. Cactus farm. So there's now a town out here that we made a while ago. So there's swamp villagers, there's, I think these are any other ones, so like forest or plains or anything like that. Because there's a swamp that's just over there where we have a slime farm. But this is the village, so I'll fly up a little bit so that you can get a little view of the village. It's a small village. There's not really much to it. All these houses contain workstations for like different professions. Here we have just an ugly... I forgot I made this. It's an ugly blast furnace for the blacksmith or toolsmith. In here it's kind of like a politician area, so it's kind of like a, what would you even call this building? Like a city hall? Town hall? Town hall probably works. Looms for shepherds. Cartography table? Yeah, cartography table in here. Cartography table in here. Just all that cool stuff. And then that's actually a mob spawner down here, which we would get drowned and zombies from. And then it's all walled off because, yeah, you can't really trust anything in this. Fisherman huts are over here, so they're on the water. And then here is a map of the place somewhere. I think it's, yeah, it's over here. And this is actually supposed to be a restaurant, but that never worked out. Crow. We have a map of the area. It's a fairly small area, yeah, but you know, it's nice. So over here, this is actually something that I spent maybe a week or a couple days on. But this was probably this was a large project that I tackled here. So, what I did over here, for those of you who do not know, is I cleared out an entire forest. 16,000 wood, to be exact. 16,000, that's a whole large taiga, and I used the saplings to make mega trees out the back and make the forest look dense. Because I was going to put a castle here actually, but I never ended up doing it. So the project has been abandoned for, I should say, like a year now. And I never really came back to it. So I don't know, maybe one of these days we'll come back to it or something. You know, just out of like a stroke of inspiration. But as of right now, it's probably not going to. There's just a villager chamber hall over here. It's just supposed to house villagers. This was one of my iron farms that I made. It doesn't work anymore. Actually, no, it doesn't work anymore because they added the fear to the villagers, but it used to work and it worked really well too. So that was one of my first iron farms that I ever made. Up here is just a mob spawner. It's like the original ones. There's not actually, yeah, I'll just fly up there really quick. I was gonna say it's not really interesting at all. It's just the classic, you know, mob farm built with materials that you have too much of, or most of the time you don't really care about. Yeah, not much up here. Mobs fall, I get their stuff, and then I go down, which it's this tube right here, but now that I have an elytra, I just fly down. So that's that. Over here is my automatic cactus farm and my automatic super smelter. So what you would do is you just put your ores in here, put your fuel in there, cycles around, does all the stuff. I actually powered this one because we are, you know, redstone dust under here. And I didn't have another repeater, so I just said, yeah, I'm just gonna keep that stuck then. Then as you can see, it still produces cactus, which is nice. So down here, I just had my cactus storage area. This is where I would AFK. And then I put it into green dye because I needed a lot of green dye for something. And I actually forgot what I needed green dye for. Over here's my little sugarcane farm, my wheat farm. These were blown up by creepers twice. And then we have my tree farm. And you can go. And this is actually my automatic tree farm. So what you would do is you'd put a sapling. You should have died from that. I don't know why you didn't. So what you would do is, this is my own design, by the way. You put a sapling here. As soon as it grows into a log, it sends a signal to this repeater, which then updates this observer, which then powers the pistons and then moves them over to here. Because it moves it over to here, that sends a signal out here just in time, which moves these. And then it moves it over to here until it gets to that wall. Pretty simple system. Not all that interesting, really. But you know, it's something. Over here is my slime farm. So, it doesn't produce as much slime now because I'm never over here. But it used to produce a lot of slime. So, you know, it's just any old slime farm, really. You go down, you dig a couple levels, and then slime starts spawning. There's iron golems in between here. And it's just like this for every floor. So there isn't really much to see about it. But slimes would spawn on here. And then I would have them be sent up because they're attracted to the iron golem. They get sent up, and they get killed by the cactus, as you can hear. We've got one. Yep, there he is. So, they get killed by the cactus then. And then they get produced into smaller slimes. And then those eventually die until they're the babies. And then when they're the babies, they'll eventually just kind of hop around into the cactus. Die, and then I get their slime balls. Also, you are bugging me. Also, my mouse is broken too. This was the original villager breeder when I wanted to get the swamp villagers. So when I wanted to get swamp villagers, I'd come over here. And then I'd just, you know, have them be birthed. They get sent down to this tube, which had water in it before. And then there was a little tunnel that's under here. It's over here. Yeah, so there's a tunnel right here that they go through. And then they got all the way to the villager farm that I showed you earlier, which was just over there. Other than that, over here we have one more thing. And that's the extremely long tunnel that was supposed to be to another base. But this base was also abandoned too. So there isn't even a minecart that's down here, it's just a walking tunnel. And then you would go all the way over here, and this was the most repetitive build that I ever had to do. And it would just lead over to here, where there was supposed to be a base right here, but it never got done. And actually this cobblestone's over a year old, so I'll leave this area. It never got done. I never stuck to it, so that's probably never gonna get finished. And I don't really intend on finishing it because it was pretty much going to be the same as the other base, so I just figured, you know what, I'm just going to halt the project. I'm going to start something new. And that's when I went and cleared out the entire forest. That's what I needed all the green dye for. This is the canopy project. This was a short-lived project where I made a canopy. So all these are supposed to have leaf blocks on the bottom of them, but it's pretty much just, there's supposed to be no light. It's supposed to be a lot bigger than this, but I stopped the project early and I never finished it. So it was just supposed to be a huge canopy, but that never really came to play. Never really finished it. So yeah, that's this base. I like this base. I thought it was a pretty cool base. This was my base for the first couple, I don't even know how many episodes. It was a lot. Oh, there's my original dragon head. So, through here, we're going to go back to the Nether Hub. And then we will go to my end base, which has never, or there's one area in it that I don't think has ever been seen because I lost the footage for the original thing that happened. So over here there's nothing much, it's just the old nether fortress that I used. I never really altered it in any way except placing a couple blocks down because I didn't know where I was going. Over here is my end portal. So you'd fly over to here. Oh, there goes my boat. So you'd fly over to here. You'd come out here. You break your boat. It's probably gonna, yeah, it's going back to the nether. That's fine. You follow the wood. You follow it some more. Follow it a little bit more. It's a little further from the portal. But you come down here. And then you have my end portal. And this is the end here. So it's supposed to be a space base, but I messed it up. For those of you who have seen it, you know how I messed it up. For those of you who haven't seen anything, There's holes all throughout this base because I actually spawned a wither down here because I made the thing wrong. So that completely destroyed this base. Or not completely destroyed, but it took a sizable chunk out. I looked at an Enderman. You know, maybe I should bring pumpkins here next time. I should make note of that, like bring pumpkins wherever I go if I'm doing an end adventure here. But as you can see, we've killed the dragon 20 times all around this. So the dragon was killed 20 times. There's a full circle, and that's how I have so many shulker boxes also. Over here is my end farm. So, I mean, you could just see it from right here. So, Endermen spawn up here. They fall down here. Ender pearls are just collected in a small storage system that just kind of expel them because I don't really need all the pearls. If you want a little bit more information on the dome, it's a dome. It looked cool before Wither completely like took it, bashed it, and said, "Yeah, no." Like, thanks, Wither. Over here is actually map art. This is what's never been seen before. So what it is, it's supposed to be every country's flag. So every country has a flag. We all know that, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, we all know that every country has a flag. That's what this is. This is the never before seen project. So, you know, we've got every flag. This isn't every flag, but it's most of the flags, and then there's supposed to be, it was supposed to say something at the bottom, something wholesome. I forgot what it was. I haven't touched the project for a while. Also, there's a lot of Endermen here, but I haven't touched that project in quite some time, so I don't really remember what it was going to say. I do want to finish it though, because that was, I remember I'd spend like an hour a day or something on that. It was actually kind of fun to do. I mean, yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but it was fun. So that's the end. And then we are right back over to the base. So thinking about it, I don't think that I skipped on anything. So that's the base here. There's not much, really, if you think about it. I mean, for 50 episodes, it's probably a lot. But when we get to 100 episodes and I do the world tour again, this is going to be a much longer video because I'm kind of getting more inspired into this. So it's nice. I like this world. And I do intend to keep playing on it, but I also want to start a modded world. And the only reason for that is because I want to do a specific modded world where it's my own custom mod pack again. Except most of it is having to do with botany and plants and, you know, vegetation and all that. So I'm working on a couple mods too to add to it. And that's why I haven't started the series yet, because with some mods, I'm not really happy with the performance, but I do want mods like them. So I'm kind of trying to replicate a little bit of like something that I'd like also. So I'm hoping to release that soon, probably on Planet Minecraft. But other than that, that's pretty much the world here. There isn't really much else that I can show you unless you want to see little AFK fishing rooms at the old base, which I doubt you want to see one room that I missed, which was an AFK fish farm. Other than that, that's the entire world here, so thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see all of you on the next episode, because next episode we're going to be possibly redesigning our mine here because it's just a little chunk blown into the side of this fake hill. So we'll probably do like a redesign on that, fix up a couple buildings around here, maybe add a couple new ones, stuff like that. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. And also, if this is your first time here, because I know that a lot of world tours do have a sense of popularity amongst a lot of Minecraft players, you can check out my other series. I do Minecraft SMP. I've got some modded episodes, some modded series, and then I just do GTA videos if that's kind of your thing also. And then I've also got a second channel where I do like horror content and, you know, like weird mysteries and stuff like that. So if that's your cup of tea, go ahead. I've got all those linked in the description and obviously on my channel. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, finally, I can go get water.